Welcome. Get ready for Sunshine and Dad, where you'll be encouraged, enlightened, and empowered by your hosts, Mansfield Frazier, and me, Ashely Smith.
Mindfulness. What we talking about is mindfulness.
Welcome to the Sunshine and Dad Show. I am Sunshine, or Ashely Smith, and that handsome fellow on the end there is my new dad, the Mansfield Frazier. I say new dad because we just met this past November using 23andMe of all things. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, make sure you check out our first ever podcast. And if you're wondering about the wine behind us, it's because we're recording in our vineyard and winery, Chateau Huff, right here on 66 and Huff in Cleveland. And today we have a special guest. We have singer and songwriter Dazzman, who is also a Cleveland native. How you doing today, Daz?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, Dad? How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How you guys? Glad to have you, Dazzman.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah.
So tell
first
us.
You can tell us about how'd you get that beautiful name?
Well, my mother and father named me after the Kinsman Jazz Band. They just loved music so much, and they picked that name. Actually, my aunt picked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're named after a band, so it's kind of appropriate that you're singing.
Right.
Sure.
So
Musician,
it's a bit
yeah.
fortuitous. Isn't that
Right.
your word, Dad?
My
Fortuitous?
word's fortuitous.
Right. Yeah, they were
So that
telling
is
the future.
ironic that you would be named after a band and now you're a singer and songwriter.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, my name is Dazzman. I'm 24 years old. I'm a singer and a songwriter. I made like my first song when I was 16, and that's how long I've been writing songs and going to the studio and recording and stuff. Yeah, I've been writing my whole life, and
But now it's starting to pay off, huh?
it's starting to pay off. It's starting to
So
pay
tell us
off.
about your exciting new project.
Well, I got an opportunity in December to go out to California. A singer named Paloma Ford, she actually reached out to me and wanted to hear some more of my music.
How did she first find out about your music?
She met my brother at a basketball game,
Oh, okay.
and they were talking, and
So your brother pumped you up.
yeah,
He introduced you to your music?
Yeah. At the game, she told him to send some music, and he didn't think anything of it. And she texted him like a week later, like, "Hey, you told me your little sister sings. Can you send me some of her music?"
Oh.
And
That's awesome.
yeah, so sometimes,
Yeah, things work out.
yeah.
So that's how it started for you. with
That's how
Paloma,
it
huh?
started. I sent her some of my music, and she was like, "Dude, you're fire. Like, I have to get you out here so we can do some songwriting and stuff together." And so, yeah, I went out there. And
How long did you stay?
How long did I stay? I went like the second week of December, and I left the day before New Year's.
Okay.
So I stayed all the way almost into New Year's, almost a month.
Oh, okay. Great.
And while you were there,
Like-
you recorded music with her.
Yes, it was really her cutting songs and stuff.
Okay.
But in the studio, we got together and did like the songwriting and stuff. So
Okay.
this is her music.
Okay.
But I'm the songwriter.
That's amazing. How'd you like California?
Oh, California is beautiful, especially compared to Cleveland. Being there in the wintertime of all times was something that I was really grateful for, because it's beautiful. There's palm trees, like, even in the middle of the hood. Like, you don't even know that you're in the hood,
Oh, you stay there long enough to find
Yeah,
it.
you will, for sure, just
Yeah.
like anywhere, but
Yeah, they
it
do
was
have
nice.
beautiful palm trees all over
Yeah,
there.
they do.
And you were just with her again in Atlanta, correct?
Yes, we went to Atlanta. I flew down there. She was already there. One of the songs, this is actually an original song of mine that she cut. It's called All for Nothing.
Okay.
It's the lead single on Paloma's new project. It's called X Tapes. It's on all platforms if anyone wants to listen. It's a great
Amazing.
project. But the lead single has Rick Ross on the feature, and she was really excited, and I'm really grateful that she extended herself and was like, "Hey, come down here. I want you to be in the video." and to be
So
a part
how
of
was
the
that
moment.
to be a part of? So was Rick Ross there?
Yes, he was there.
So you met Rick Ross.
I didn't get to meet him.
Dad, do you know who Rick Ross is?
I don't live under a rock.
You didn't know the people who made Flashlight.
And we did.
All right, pick on me. Yeah, but I know who Rick Ross is.
Good. So that's pretty exciting to be there in a part of the shoot. How many takes? I mean, how long does that process take?
Oh my gosh, it was all day.
Okay.
I just can't wait till the video comes out so that the place that we were at was kind of like eerie and
Okay.
It was just like a weird vibe at the location, but everyone that was there worked like a team. And did their best to make sure that everything like flowed.
How was it with the social distancing and with the pandemic? Were people like walking around with masks?
Yeah, we did have our mask at first,
Okay.
but you know, in the moment, hair, makeup, you know, like people forget. They'd be like in the middle of eating or just talking,
Yeah.
and they forget. So, but at first, you know, everyone had a mask and stuff.
How big a crew was it?
It was a pretty large crew. Excuse me. There were at least like 5 or 6 people dealing with handling the camera and the lights and stuff.
And there's the talent. And
Yeah, and then there's a director, and then there's the crew that does the makeup, the stylist. There was 2 stylists. They were phenomenal. A hairstylist as well. She was phenomenal. Just a lot of people there to just make sure
Support
everything.
staff.
Yeah. Oh, behind the scenes cameramen. There were a lot of people there.
So it was your first shoot like that, huh?
Actually, when I was in California, I got to see my first video shoot for her single Rain.
Okay.
And that's actually that was my first time seeing
okay.
how like a real video goes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is your first major project working with Paloma.
Yes.
Okay.
And my first time working with an artist that's, you know, in the industry and you know, so it's something I was definitely grateful for.
I would imagine it would open up a lot of doors for you, though.
I'm hoping and praying every day. I pray and ask God to, you know, for abundance and to make me bigger. You know, I think this experience came because God knew I needed kind of like a mentor or just someone that's already in the industry and that's working at it in the same way, you know, so I can see that it could be done. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I can do it now.
Well, yeah, everybody, most people, particularly in the field of entertainment, they're successful eventually because somebody reached out,
Yeah.
gave them a hand.
Yes.
People like Prince was phenomenal for reaching out to people and helping them get their career started. Well, other people like Michael Jackson, he never helped nobody.
Right.
Well, why? He didn't have nothing to give.
Yeah.
He was a very good dancer and stuff,
Right.
but he didn't have anything to give people. Well, Prince had such an abundance of talent
Yes.
and skills that he had all this stuff to give. Because he wrote all of his own songs. Michael Jackson never wrote a song, always singing somebody else's. I mean, Michael Jackson was the best dancer since Sammy Davis, probably on stage, but he just didn't have the capacity. So, and that's the reason I'm saying that, because at some point, in a year or two, you're going to have to reach back and bring somebody else along behind you.
Absolutely. I think that's what it's all about, and that's why I was like 10 times more grateful, because I've literally, like I said, I made my first song when I was 16. I've been trying and reaching out to people in Cleveland for a minute, you know, and all it takes is someone giving you that opportunity and seeing, hey, you're really talented, and
Well, but
you know.
it takes more than that. It takes being ready. So
Well,
it's not
yeah,
comes.
absolutely.
So
you know?
you spend a lot of time honing your craft, getting ready for this moment.
Absolutely. Writing, no matter what was going on, if I couldn't like afford to go to the studio or if I couldn't find a good engineer or something, I'd never stop writing, because I was always going through stuff. And like you know, writing has always been expressive to me. So even the song All for Nothing, it's my true experience and stuff, you know. And I think that's what makes the music more, it resonates with people more, because there's a sense of vulnerability in it, you know.
Absolutely. If people want to feel, you know, the emotions you're feeling.
Right,
So
right.
what's your writing process like? You write in more. Some people write in the morning. Other people write at night. Some people write when they're happy, some write when they're stoned, some people write when they drink wine.
Right. I definitely write when I'm stoned. I definitely write a lot, and it seems like stuff comes to me at night. I work nights also. I'm a caregiver, so I work in a hospital. And when I'm not busy, or when I wasn't in school, now I'm not in school, but I was in school for the past 2 years, stuff would just come to me. I get on YouTube and try to find beats and listen to them and listen to them and listen to them. And if it flows, it'll come natural. And if it doesn't, you just go to the next thing, or it might not be a time to write. But
You don't try to force it.
absolutely not. You never force it. You just let it flow.
Oh, okay.
When was the moment that you realized that you could sing? Did someone else tell you that you had a nice voice, or do you remember the moment that you realized that? 'Cause I think everybody wishes, or a lot of people think they can sing.
See, people always say that.
I can't carry a tune in the peach basket.
Well, I guess everybody can sing. Not everybody can sing well.
No, everybody
That's
can try to sing.
That's true. I think a lot of people could sing if they like did choir or something like that. I think my mom is a singer. She used to sing. And from what I've been told, my mother's voice used to be cold. So my mom was always on me as a little girl. When I was younger, I remember, I think she bought me Beyonce's first album, her solo album. And me, myself, and I was on there. And she was like, if you can sing this, you'll be able to sing any song on the album. And that's how she would do me. My dad got me a karaoke machine when I was little. Just to encourage me to sing more, you know. They bought me like Whitney Houston's greatest hits. You know, I'm like 7, 8, 9 years old singing, you know, Heartbreak Hotel. You know, so I mean, I love old music and stuff too. I think it's just growing up around music and my mom being like, oh, she can sing and stuff. They say they have like video cassettes of me when I was little before I could talk singing. So.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of support, you would say.
Yeah, I when it counts, my mom and dad are supportive. My brothers are supportive. I think it just, with a lot of people, it just takes people seeing that it's like worth it or something in a way. And that's with everything, you know. Sometimes you have to prove yourself a little bit. Like, yeah, I'm to be taken seriously.
Yeah, well,
I'm worth the support and stuff, and I think people respect that too, you know.
Well, they want to see how dedicated you are to it.
Right.
Yeah, because, you know, your parent can want things for you.
Right.
But if
You
you're
have
not
to want it for
dedicated, you have to
yourself.
want it for yourself.
Absolutely.
So parents are like, and you're not the youngest child, right?
I am.
You're the youngest, so you have brothers.
Yep.
What?
I have De Niro is my middle brother. He just turned 26 on the 19th, and Donald, my oldest brother, is about to turn 32.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
and so your parents have gone through that, seeing what they wanted.
Right.
So you gotta see if you really want how serious you are.
Yeah, no, I had to prove to them and stick to my guns and stuff.
Yeah.
But it paid off, and it's going to continue to pay off by God's grace.
Yeah. Good.
Do you think that you'll be able to accomplish your goals and singing aspirations in Cleveland?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No. Cleveland, and I think anyone that's an entrepreneur or is a place full of like crabs in the bucket, kind of.
I've heard that a time or two.
And I just, Cleveland is just, and it's sad because Cleveland is filled with so much talent, so much intelligent people that have a lot to offer. But I think that it takes getting into a bigger city where there's more successful people and there's more opportunity and stuff, because it's not, my goal is to, when I do become successful, is to be able to come back to Cleveland and build a platform for kids really who want to be artists, whether it's, you know, singing, engineering, if you want to draw, or if you want to, you know, play an instrument. I want to be able to have a platform so that they feel confident in doing that.
That's awesome.
So you've been to Los Angeles, that's where, and you worked in Atlanta. Which do you prefer?
I loved LA.
LA?
Yeah. We went to some really nice studios. One is called Glenwood Studio, and I believe that's the one that Michael Jackson recorded Thriller in. I think it's Glenwood. But they built like a room for his monkey in there, and they have like a lot of like historical stuff in there, plaques and stuff. It was just a whole vibe. Like, they give you tea and cookies, and I'm not used to any of that here in Cleveland, you know.
So you could see yourself moving out to California?
Yeah, I could. If I could afford it, then I absolutely would.
Yeah, it is expensive there.
Very expensive.
That's for sure.
Yeah, but like you said, that's where the bigger pool of opportunities.
Right.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and say,
Right.
hey,
Take the risk.
yeah, take the risk. I mean, you have a skill that's portable.
Right.
Your profession that you can work nights as a caregiver and
Right.
pursue your music during the day, right?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing here.
Yeah.
I think it'd mean even more if I was able to get out there and do that.
Oh, I think so. I think so. There or New York, but for music, it's probably more Los Angeles,
Yeah.
particularly black music.
Yeah.
Without the overhead in New York, New York is grinding the
Yeah.
amount of overhead. It's a lot of opportunities, but anytime you get that many creative people in an industry,
In space.
just that, and just like you were saying, you don't have the crabs in a barrel syndrome.
Right.
Everybody's encouraging. They want to see people do well because they're
Yeah.
doing well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, the energy's just totally different.
Different.
Yeah, I lived there on and off for 15 years.
Really? What made you come back?
Whole lot of things, but we won't get into those. I played those hands out. Now I can't stand LA. I love New York. Wouldn't want to live in Los Angeles. But for what you're doing, it's a good career move. It's a good career choice. A lot of people go from other parts of the country, and like you said, where you might be struggling at home, because of that positive energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be existing out there.
But yeah. And it gives you that do or die attitude because
Right.
you don't want to come home with your tail between your legs.
No,
so-
seriously. You
Yeah.
get in like fight or flight mode out there.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you feel like you have something to prove also. Yeah.
But isn't Atlanta real good for the black music scene also?
Yeah, I think Atlanta is really dope on the music scene, and especially black people down there support musicians.
A lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think, but what it is with Atlanta is like, you kind of like got to be from Atlanta or have like a little bit of clout or something behind you already to go down there and to hop right in the scene. You know,
Oh,
if
okay.
you've got an engine behind you or somebody that can vouch for you from there or whatever, I feel like, yeah, you can definitely come into.
You're getting that now though with this when this new video comes out, right?
Yeah, I think that God's gonna exceed my expectations with it. You know, I just try to be as humble as possible and not really have expectations so that I won't be disappointed. But I know that it's gonna.
Well, you gotta
bring
have
something.
expectations. Sometimes you're gonna be disappointed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
part of living. So
Yeah.
don't.
That's something I'm learning.
Don't fail to aim high because you might not make it. Yeah.
right.
Most of the time you ain't gonna make it. But if you
Right.
don't aim high, you never
Never
know.
know.
Yeah, you'll never know what could be. I
Right.
mean, and now that when will this video drop?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure probably like in like the next month. They're editing it and stuff now and trying to put together like a little rough version that we can see.
So who's your favorite singer, or who would you say is your inspiration?
Inspiration. I have a lot of inspiration, but my favorite singer, who can I just listen to? Oh, Marvin Gaye. I love Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
I just was telling my mom and dad, like, if I could, like, telepath with somebody, like, I'd go and, like, smoke a J with him or something. He was so before his time, and
Yeah, he really was.
he was amazing.
Yeah.
And his sounds, when I listen to a lot of young guys now, I hear a lot of his influence in their music and stuff. I mean, he's like the best to do it on the seductive side, and, you know, like, he makes good music. But the What's Going On album is my favorite.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was probably his most popular. He was at the peak of his performance
Career,
powers.
yep.
Yeah. At
Yeah.
that time. Yeah, he was. he was absolutely an amazing singer.
Yeah, he makes timeless music too. You can listen to that album now and be like, what's going on right now?
Yeah. Well, him, Smokey Robinson, Sam Cooke, even Al Green.
Yeah.
They still, their music is absolutely
timeless.
See, I got stuck in that time warp, so that's who I listen to.
No, but my parents, that's all they play too. That's why I know all that music and I appreciate it. You know?
Right. Yeah. It was a great music scene. I wish it would fuse its way kind of into today's R&B and stuff. You know, just talking about something or music that makes you feel. You know.
Yeah.
So is that your genre, particularly R&B, or you don't pigeonhole yourself?
I don't want to put myself in a box. I think that what's so diverse is that I have a really soft, pretty voice, but I can talk about, you know, stuff like a guy, you know, or like a hip hop influence kind of, you know.
Okay.
But still, you know, ladylike and stuff. You know, I think girls be wanting to hear music that makes them feel powerful, and you know, and not low at the same time too.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So
can you? So you have a trained voice. You sing a cappella?
Yeah, I sing a cappella.
So you can sing something for us now.
Okay. What do you guys want me to sing?
So you pick.
I'll sing Happy Birthday.
No, something you wrote.
Something I wrote?
Yeah, something from you. Yeah, I know it's Happy Birthday.
Let's see. Okay. One day I'll cop a house right by the ocean, where the water is clear, the air is potent, above the pain, away from the commotion. I know it's coming, gotta get some plays in motion. Wanna walk in my light, in my destiny, living my fear, living my spirit, not the flesh in me. Trust my intuition, always question me about these dumb boys especially. Take my name, put it across the map. Spread my wings, I've been feeling trapped. Break away, I've been too attached. Sit in the same place that I hatched in. I know it's facts, cause I know I'm not average. Candle in the sunlight, and I'm the sunshine. Got a divine light, I'm about to burn bright. Rather shine or burn, it's gonna be bright. Sorry, I messed up my lyrics, but
beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. We wouldn't have known that you messed up. Very beautiful.
Yeah, the audience don't know. You just keep right on rolling.
Yeah, you keep right on rolling. You have a beautiful voice, though. And what was the name of that song?
That's called Burn Bright.
Okay.
That's original song of mine. I haven't released it yet, but it's gonna be coming up on my project Pieces.
Pieces. Okay, so it's gonna be an album that.
Yeah, it's recorded and stuff.
Okay.
It's just I just haven't put it out and stuff yet.
Okay, so so when do you expect for the album to come out?
Sometime, hopefully before this year ends.
Okay. I'm sure.
Your first one?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna because it's a lot of the songs and stuff are already done. That's how I got out to California.
Mm-hmm.
I just now wanna, you know, since I've given away some songs and stuff, just make sure that it's still a story that I want to tell, you know, and that's representative of where I am right now. So I just have to replace some songs. And
I'm sure COVID has affected the music
absolutely
and getting it out.
Yeah. The studio was shut down for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in Cleveland anyways. I went to North Carolina to work out with my brother. Because that's something else that I've been trying to work on this year, being fit and being comfortable in my body and stuff. So it didn't affect me at first, but getting back here in Cleveland and just being in like a grind mode, working out and eating correctly and wanting to get in the studio and not being able to was difficult. But like I said, like you just, when you can't go and you don't have that expressive outlet, you have to just keep writing and trying to put it out however you can, even if it's just voice recordings on your phone, you know.
If you could write a song for any artist, who would you write a song for?
Beyonce. I would write for Beyonce because I just feel like Beyonce's voice is incredible and she can do so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a great performer.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
She is.
She
And
is.
writing for somebody like that enhances your career also, right?
You know, that I kind of wanted to say that first, but I'm like Beyonce, and then I'm.
Yeah, right.
No, but seriously, there's girls my age, you know, that are songwriters in the industry. They're like on the Forbes list now, 30 under 30 for writing songs for
wow.
Beyonce and stuff. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
the type of stuff that motivates me, and you know, and it can change. One good song can change your life.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Particularly, like you said, if you prepare and got others, that's
Right.
they want to see what you're able to do, and
Absolutely.
and you're still writing a lot right now.
Yeah. I this summer has been full of trials and tribulations. I have a lot of stuff to write about. So it's really just finding beats and stuff now too. You know, when you get on a certain level, all of that stuff is business. They want to be paid for their beat, and you know, it's a lot to it. But
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
So you have a whole team that you work with then?
No, I'm the team, and that's what I another reason why I was grateful for Paloma, and I just feel like God let me see that, because that enforced, like, hey, you need a team, you need a crew. You know, you're the artist, you make the music. You know, you need a publicist, you need someone to be making sure your pictures and stuff are right. You need to have someone making sure you have content right and your branding is good. And you know, because when you're signed to a label, your job is just to create. You know, you have someone else doing all of that.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm working on too, trying to find a good crew. Even though I have an excellent engineer, his name is Fresco. He's great.
Oh, he's here in Cleveland?
Yes, he's excellent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, when her dropped, her name Paloma?
Mm-hmm. Paloma Ford.
Okay. Did you know her?
I do not. Maybe if I heard some of her music. Do
Just
any
what you
songs that
getting
are... I deserve that, I guess. Are there any like mainstream songs that I might know?
She has. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure you know. I don't want to talk about him, but she has a song with Tory Lanez called
Okay.
Connection.
Okay.
She has a song with Meek Mill. She was going to sign to him before, but she's an independent artist.
Okay.
She has a song with Dave East. She has some songs with some pretty big hitters. I think she might have a song with Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
About how old is she?
She's, I think, 33.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And she lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah, she's an LA girl. She's from Long Beach.
Oh, she's LA native.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who's wanting to get into the singing, songwriting business?
I would, the strongest advice that I would give is to have a unbreakable bond within yourself and have extreme confidence in yourself and what you're doing. And keep God first. You know, don't give up. Have confidence in what you're doing. Keep God first, even though that should be first, and never give up. Because right when you're on the brink of something and feeling like you want to give up, that's when your blessing comes in. You know.
So what you're saying is, get used to people telling you no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know,
Because
they're saying
God has the final say, and you can make things happen yourself too.
Yeah, you know, in the entertainment business, the one who can stand the most rejection is the one that usually wins.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If you can't stand rejection, it's not a business to be in.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Right,
Seriously.
so-
If they close the door on you, take a window or something.
Right. Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Keep knocking at the other door, especially when you have confidence in your talent and
Right.
you show the stick-to-itness.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
looks like you're on your way, young lady. So
I'm
Absolutely.
trying. I'm definitely trying.
and we can look back and say we had her on our show when
Right,
back then,
right. Before she
was
blew
a
up.
superstar,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah, especially with that beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we look forward to hearing all of your music and seeing your name in lights. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the Sunshine and Dad Show. Make sure you like and share and tag a friend, and catch us next time.